What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ty, and it's been a while, but I'm back. Hey, let's have a little fun. All right, y'all. Hey, sometimes life be lifing, but we're back at it like we never left. And today, you know what time it is. It's CWL time. It's the first of the month. We just had the new season drop, which is pretty dope. I love the new season stuff. If you haven't got the gold pass, I'm telling you, it's worth it. This time around, you get the king skin, pretty dope, Zeus. So pick up that gold pass if you haven't got it. But the new season's in. It's CWL time. All kinds of updates. It's summer jam. Like, it's all kinds of craziness going on in the game right now. So hey, I want to get it on the fun. So I was thinking today we'll just zip through all 4 of our accounts really fast, kind of take a quick peek at where they're at, maybe pop off a practice attack or two, and let's get ready for the CWL. So as most of y'all know by now, I'm Ty and I try games, and I'm also part of East Coast Clash. All right, fairly new clan. I mean, we haven't really been doing this too long, but we're got a pretty enthusiastic bunch. Here's our clan. We're always looking for people. So if you're an active player looking for an active clan, hey, give us a shout, man. You can see our tag on the side of the screen there. Search us up, send us an invite, man, and I'll gladly accept you. Just looking for active members, people who love to play the game, and are being active. So let's see. We're on our TNT Dynamite account. I love the scenery. You gotta love those XL sceneries. They do such a good job with the XL sceneries, like all the stuff that's going on in the background and then the sides and stuff. It's pretty dope. And I think this one is from maybe 2 seasons ago. I'm not sure, but let's see what we got going on. So CWL, we've been stuck. The last 2 CWLs we did not promote. So I'm like, man, we got to promote. We're pushing for promotion this time around. So on my TNT, I'm number 9 here, Town Hall 16. This is the base that I'm running to start out CWL. I make all my own bases, so this is one of my concoctions. We'll see how it's holding up, but here's a quick peek at it. If you ever want a base, hey, I'm new to this, but I'm learning and I love it. If you ever want a base, just drop it in the comments and I'll do my best to, make you one and have you test it out and see if you like it, So, but here's what I'm going to roll with in the beginning. I know some people are probably looking at it like, that's an easy 3-star. But, yeah, it is what it is. So, I think on this account, I am going to roll with, let's look at my save recipes. I'm going to do a Super Archer. Super Archer, it's kind of the same vein as throwers, but I like how the archers, they can get that, they get the extra damage, whatever's lined up for that arrow. Pretty much the thrower, the first target they shoot at is what they do damage on. But the Super Archer, if there's something stacked right behind what you're hitting at, it damages both things. So I love that. So we'll run with the Super Archers. If you're going to run the Super Archers, you have to run the life gem on your Warden because the Super Archers are way too squishy to run without the life gem. So we're going to run the life gem, the rage gem. We will keep... No, we won't. And we're going to put... I don't have... That's right. You don't get Sneezy till Town Hall 17. So we'll keep the unicorn on our Warden. And just so you can see what we're working with here, we got the Queen, Magic Mirror, and action figure. We'll keep that. We got the King with the Giant Gauntlet and the Stick Horse. Do we want to keep the... we'll keep the Octopus. We'll keep the Angry Jelly. And then with the Duke, we will keep the Duke with the backpack and the heart. So those are our heroes. Our spells, though, let's lose a couple of these freezes and we'll bring a couple of totems in. So the reason why I like totems is because, you know, they distract everything. You know, when they first came out, they were OP. But I love totems. But the reason why you want to bring some freezes is because, like, you can't totem a multi-Inferno Tower because there's too many beams. You can totem a single target, but a multi-target, your best thing is to freeze it. So I like to have a couple freezes, you know, and me personally, I like to freeze the CC when it comes out. I'll freeze it and then I'll drop my poison on it. That way I know I got them all in one area. It's a little overkill, but it's just like how I like to roll, you know. The cool thing about Clash of Clans is you can clash the way you want, man. It ain't Burger King, but you can have it your way. So, let's see here. Let's request some troops. And in my request, we'll keep it simple. We'll go with the troop launcher. Yeah, and the Super Yeti and the Ice Golem. So let's send that request real quick here. So, boom. So here we are. And let's go run a practice real quick. As you can see, I have not done any of my ranks yet. I actually wait until I do my CWL attacks because I'll be popping a hero potion. And then to get to all the value out of my hero potion, I go ahead and knock out, you know, a handful of... Woo, that defense is doing terrible. I'll knock out a handful of attacks on that one hero potion. Alright, so let's go find a base, attack. And basically, we just want to find a base that is alive. No need to practice it on a dead base. So, here's a live one. Got the clan castle out there, but it's empty. So switch that over to our troop thrower, and then let's go. We'll go queen to set the funnel up there, and we'll go duke to set the funnel down yonder. We'll throw furnaces behind them to help speed them up a little bit, and then we're just going to smash right up the gut here. Just like so. Everything's down and in. We'll throw a couple totems too. Let's go ahead and freeze the eagle. And we'll keep putting some totems there. Now we got a clear path to the town hall, so let's bring that king in, pop his ability right away. And then we're gonna rage. Ooh. That's beautiful. Let's get these archers out here on the outskirts, kind of cleaning up already. And look at that. We are rocking and we are rolling. This is a really strong attack. I mean, a lot of people sleep on the super archer. The super archer, man, she's bad. I'm going to swag 3 spells. You know, my queen ability. Like, it's such a strong attack. I'll tell you right now, if you've never tried super archers, definitely check them out. They're definitely worth checking out. So boom, just like that. I feel good about that attack. So we don't need to keep doing practices. I'll double back off, you know, off stream to finish up my star bonus and stuff like that. But that's a pretty smooth, quick attack. You gotta love it. Let's keep moving. So let's go to Black Ice. That'd be my next account. I'm just gonna go in order of strength. So here we are at Black Ice, Town Hall 17. I'll let y'all take a look at what I'm going to run for CWL this go round. So Black Ice CWL, we're going to scout it. And boom, this will be my war base to start CWL. I always rotate bases through CWL. But this is what I'm going to start with. Not too bad. You know, we got some isolated compartments, isolating that mono, isolating my town hall, some nice rage compartments there. Yeah. Pretty solid base. Pretty solid base. So that's what I'm going to attempt to defend with. And now let's see what I'm going to attack with. So here, let's look at save recipes. Let's go. Man, I'm partial to the E-Titan. I know the E-Titan doesn't really get the love that she deserves, but I give her the love she deserves.
He's rapping now.
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
Let me.
So we're going to go E-Titan Fireball. So let's clean this up real quick. Let's get the queen with, what do we want on the queen? The queen, we'll throw the unicorn on the queen. And we have Sneezy on the warden, which is perfect. We have invisibility on the Spirit Fox, should I say, on the Royal Champion. And we have the Phoenix on the Duke. And look, this is a slept-on combination right here. The Electro Fangs with the Stun Gun. Yes, sir. Slept-on combination. So heroes are there. Spells are set to throw a fireball. For our CC, let's see. Let's clean this up a little bit. For our CC, we're going to keep the theme. So we'll go with the E-Titan and a Furnace. And then we will just E-Titan, Furnace, and we'll just bring some archers. Because I think we're going to go ahead and use the siege barracks. So since it's going to be out there on the island, if I was going to bring it up the gut, I'd probably bring, you know what? That's why you talk to yourself out loud, you know? My family probably thinks I'm crazy. They're probably thinking, like, who the heck is he talking to?
Pinwheels in my head, voices, angry fish.
I changed my mind. We're gonna bring him up the gut, so I'm gonna bring an ice golem. That way we get that freeze right at the critical time. So we'll bring the ice golem. There you go. So we'll bring a Valkyrie, ice golem, electro type, and then we'll bring a revive and a totem. So let's go ahead and request that. All right, here we go. So real quick before we go in there, here's our army. We got the warden with the fireball and the rage, the queen with the healer puppet and the action figure, the royal champion. I'm actually going to bring the snowflake, you know, the frost flake. I don't see too many people using it nowadays, but I kind of like it. And then, like I said, the slept-on combination, the electro fangs and the stun gun. It's a great combination, especially when you're using your Duke to set the funnel, which is what I'm going to do on this attack. So, boom. All right, so there we go. Let's find a good base to practice on. Let's see if we can find a good base to practice on. Just looking for a live one. And I'm a 17, so I want at least a 17. There we go. So here we go. And I'm liking this area for my fireball value. Somewhere over here, where the monolith is. This multi-gear tower. If I can place that fireball on the monolith, I would like that. So let's scout with a balloon. Warden. 3 healers on them. They do got a mortar, but I think I'm out of the range. so I can drop the furnaces. And then you gotta pay close attention. I don't have 5 healers on my warden like a lot of people will have, so you gotta really watch. And it is so hard to talk and play. But we're gonna invis. Perfect fireball. Duke up here up top. Siege barracks. And then let's bring in the cavalry. Alright, army's in. And we just let them work. Let them work. Drop the totem to distract. Drop the freeze on the town hall. We're gonna rage right through there. Boom, got it. Let's freeze that up with the Royal Champion. Let's start cleaning up here a little bit. Archer, wizard. Let's zoom in so you can see what's going on. Still got the stun from our dude. Once we get... we might not even need it. So we're going to swag our Duke ability, and we're going to swag 2 more spells. So, like, I'm carrying these revives, but as you can see, on my first account, I didn't need them. On my second account, I didn't need them. If that becomes a regular occurrence for you, then go ahead and take those revives and turn them into spells that you could use. Like, I could probably drop one of those revives and bring 2 more totems or 2 more freezes or, you know, what have you. Actually, I need to drop one of them because I just realized I don't have a poison. So that's an adjustment that can be made. But that's a nice solid little E-Titan. I'm going to run that CWL. You see how strong it was. It was beautiful. So yeah, so let's keep rolling. I mean, we're rolling. So let's go ahead and go to our next account, which this is the Race to Town Hall 18 account. Easy money. I can't wait to bring you on another episode of that. It's been so long, but here we go. Boom, easy money. So as you can see, easy money is a Town Hall 18 now. And yes, I am a rushed 18. I know. But I'm an 18. You know, and we're making good progress. I mean, let me see if I can show you a cleaner. Here, let's go to my progress. Here we go, a little bit cleaner. So everything up top here, everything up here is finished. And then everything down here needs to be upgraded. With the exception of this stuff over here on the left. I keep this stuff right here so I can see it. Because it's stuff that I need every single day. So I keep it right there so I can see it. But here's easy money. Here's easy money for you. So, let's see. For easy money, let's look at... Let's go with let's go with throwers. So I have a really simple thrower army. 13 throwers, 6 healers, and 3 root riders. Now, some of y'all may be saying, why do you have 6 healers? You know, after 5 healers, you really lose the value. So what's the purpose of bringing the 6 healer? And to be honest with you, I have no clue.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Maybe I should take away one of those healers and put another thrower. That might make more sense to have another thrower. So let's see. And then we're going to go and get 2 more root riders and a ice golem in the CC to keep the pathing through the base. Let's request that real quick. Boom, there's easy money. And let's make sure the army is So Sneezy's being upgraded, so we got to put a different pet on the Warden for right now. And my backup pet for the Warden is typically the Unicorn. But I think, you know what? Nope, I'm going to use the Unicorn. So we're going to go Unicorn. And you know what? I want to try something, actually. I want to try something. I'm going to take away one thrower. And I'm going to take away one healer. I'm going to go up here to my super troops. And I'm going to activate super archers. And I'm going to throw... There we go. So we're going to go with 10 throwers and 5 super archers. Because I just was talking about how slept on a super archer is. Let's see what happens with like a hybrid thrower super archer army. I might, you know. And then let's keep the theme since we're going archers and just bring a couple archers for cleanup. And then for my spells, we're going heavy on the totems. My freeze poison combination, which I personally like to run. And then, ooh, that's a lot of revives. So we're going to actually drop these revives. We don't need that many revives. And we're going to bring one more freeze and one more totem. So here we go. Very, very simple army setup. King, Snake Bracelet, Spiky Ball. Royal Champion has, what is that called? The Rocket Arrow and the Electro Boots. And the Duke fanging out. Should I put the stun on there? I don't have my stun upgraded, so we'll keep the heart. Alright, so there's the army. Real quick, let me show you what base I'm going to be defending with for CWL, since I've showed you that on all my other ones. So easy money, bloop, scout. And here's the base. So this base is actually like a retread. Like this was someone else's base. I don't know whose base it was. And what I did is I took it and then I put my touch on it. So I do that too. So I love building bases from scratch, and I build a lot of my bases from scratch. I probably build like 75% of my bases from scratch. However, the other 25% is I'll see a base that I struggled attacking against, and I'll recreate it. And then I just have like my own rules, and then I'll go back and I'll retrap it, or I'll tweak it, I'll move things around. So this is one of those. So I feel like I've seen that base before. Probably a good chance you've seen it before. I just took it and I made some tweaks to it, and boom, we're going to run it and we'll see what it's hitting for. So now let's see if this hybrid thrower super archer army is worth anything. So my plan is to funnel with the Duke and the King, and then to push everything else up the middle. Pretty simple strategy. Like, yeah, we're going to keep it simple and see if we can make it happen. And if you notice, my heroes are super low levels. So if I can 3-star in practice with those low levels, when it's the real deal and I use the hero potion, oh, we know it's going to work. So let's see if we can pull it off with these very low heroes. So let's go find. And I'm at 18, so let's see if we can find, there we go, another 18 alive and well. All right, and let's see, we want to, we're gonna send our Duke up top, our King down bottom. I'm gonna support them both with a thrower and a totem. And maybe one more totem, and then let's get the army in there. here we go. Let's go totem. Let's go totem. Right? Man, it's so hard to concentrate on everything, and it's totem, and my army's starting to split on me. Yay. Let's distract. Freeze. Distract. I never got my RC down. How about that? See what happens when you're trying to talk and play? We're gonna revive the Duke. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And hey, we might be onto something. We might be onto something. Because there were some mistakes made on this attack, and look at this. And look how low my heroes are too. Just imagine if I had the hero potion, all my heroes were boosted. Look at that. That was nice. So real quick, just so y'all can see, here's what we just ran. Not too shabby, and mistakes were made. You start with this and you kind of put your own little spin on it. The things you like, it's not a bad starting place. All right. And now let's get over to our last account, at least for the video today, which is my main account. Boom, Tyrone. Let's get to a cleaner look so you can see it better. Here we go. Here's my main. And let me show you the CWL base that I'm using on this one. Here's my CWL base, and let me tell you, man, this is another reworked base. So it's a pretty popular kind of style of base. And I took that style that people have been running with, and I went ahead and made my own base in that kind of vein. And this is what I came up with. And let me tell you something. This thing is cooking. You don't believe me? Look at this. So we're going to go to our battle log. Look at my defensive log. This base has only been 3-starred one time. Look at that. Beautiful. So that base is cooking. Hopefully I can do it justice by having some good attacks. I've been kind of stuck in Legends 3. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, so I'm hoping that this is the week. I will start my Legends attacks tomorrow. I will bring some of them to y'all live. And I hope this is the week where I put it all together. It looks like I'm going to have a good week on defense. So I just need to put it all together. You know, it can be so frustrating sometimes, but all right. So for this account, we're going to rock with my favorite troop, the Super Yeti. I know Super Yetis are not meta right now, but you know what? Sometimes you got to say forget meta and just have fun. And if you want to play with your favorite troop, then play with your favorite troop. You know what I mean? So now the obvious weakness when you look at this is I don't have nothing to stop the air because Super Yetis can't attack the air. So I do have an Electro Titan in my CC request for that air help. I absolutely carry a poison and a freeze for that air help. And my queen will be part of the main push so that she can use her arrows for that air help. Yet again. So let's go ahead and send our request out. So I have 3 revives opposed to like 5 or 6, which your typical Super Yeti revive would have like 5 or 6 revives. I cut that in half to 3, and I brought in other spell support. So it's kind of like, you know, a spam smash with a slight twist of skill. You know what I mean? So, and then you can see my heroes. I'm not sure why I have the Raven on my queen, but you know what? We're gonna rock with it. And yeah. So let's see if we can find a nice practice base. Attack. I'm 18, so let's try to find another 18. And right now, guys, let me go ahead and apologize for all the dogs in the background, my son laughing in the background. You know, hey, we're a typical American family. You can't find no place in your house with any peace and quiet. So, doing the best I can. Let's see here. So let's go attack. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here's a good base to attack. So, what I like to do is the monolith always gives me issues. So I like to attack into it and try to hurry up and get rid of it. You know, like make short work of it. I also bring those 2 earthquakes because if you don't break your Yetis into the base, then they can cause some issues for you. So we'll go there. We're gonna drop our Duke, our RC, Totem, and we're gonna drop everything in right here. Right? And boom, now we're rolling. We're rolling in. It's kind of hectic. Duke's already gone down. We're going to keep supporting with spells. Things have already kind of gone to the left. Freeze that back rage compartment. Let's bring the Duke back. Let's bring the RC back. Don't have any more spell support, so it's really on the army. We'll get a good look to see how that the speed up works. We're gonna have to use that speed up here under a minute. And what I will say, one thing I learned, when you have that poison left over, you can always drop it on the builder hut. It will slow down the builder repairing a building. I just found that out actually yesterday, or the day before yesterday. So that's a nice little tip. You know, don't think that it's just wasted that you didn't get to use it. You can always drop it on the builder hut. And you know, look at that. I'm thinking it was a bad attack. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Super Yetis. We only brought 7, and we still had 6 Super Yetis up at the end of attack. Another 100%. All 4 attacks, all 4 practice attacks, and in 3-star triples with ease, with room to spare, with underdeveloped heroes. And I had fun with it. I picked armies that I like to use. Now, I didn't use one meta army this whole video, guys. So don't think you got to be stuck to the meta. Maybe if you're in Legends 1, you got to use meta armies. But if you just want to have fun and you still want to have success in 3-star, just have fun with it. You know, as long as you do a proper attack, you can use all kinds of troops. But hey, that's it for me today. Thanks for kicking it with me. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you share this with your friends. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace!